Bernard Arnault, with a net worth of over $160 billion as per the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. Bernard Arnault is the richest person in the world. He is the founder, chairman, and chief executive officer of LVMH multi-Hennessy Louis Vuitton, the world's largest luxury goods company. Arnault has an estimated net worth of $213 billion as of February 2023, according to Forbes, making him the wealthiest person in the world. Today we are talking about how 13-year-old homeless established the $30 billion Louis Vuitton, and the most important, how LV becomes LVMH. Let's begin. Everyone knows Louis Vuitton is the #1 luxury brand in the world, valued around $30 billion. LV company founded in 1854 by Louis Vuitton. He was born on August 4, 1821, in Anchy, a small hamlet in eastern France's mountainous, heavily wooded Jura region. His father, Xavier, was a farmer, and his mother, Cora Gaillard, was a milliner. Vuitton's mother passed away when he was only 10 years old, and his father soon remarried. Vuitton's new stepmother was as severe and wicked as any fairy tale Cinderella villain, a stubborn and headstrong child, antagonized by his stepmother and bored by the provincial life at home. Vuitton resolved to run away for the bustling capital of Paris by walk. At the age of 13, Vuitton left home alone and on foot, bound for Paris. Louis Vuitton traveled for more than 2 years, taking odd jobs to feed himself along the way and staying wherever he could find shelter. As he walked the 292-mile trek from his home to Paris, he arrived in 1837, at the age of 16, to a capital city in the thick of an industrial revolution that had produced a litany of contradictions. Vuitton had arrived in Paris in the middle of industrialization, when transportation had become easier for long journeys. Vuitton began working as an apprentice for Monsieur Maréchal, who taught him to make durable containers. After some years, Vuitton was in high demand due to his mastery. He opened a shop at Rue Neuve des Capucines, and people now recognized him as luggage maker. In 1854, Vuitton got married to Clemence Emily Perriox. After the marriage, Vuitton opened his first shop. That time, the traditional luggage boxes were made from leather, and they had a round top. Vuitton introduced his unique canvas boxes that contained a flat top and a tumbler lock to prevent theft. In 1859, to fulfill the requests placed for his luggage, he expanded into a larger workshop in Asnières, a village outside Paris. Business was growing, and Vuitton received orders not only from French but also from Ismail Pasha, the Khedive of Egypt. Within 2 years, Vuitton's box became a must-have item amongst the people. Around 1867, finally Louis Vuitton decided to expand his business by introducing more modern handbags. This invention was received well by women, and the demand for Vuitton's handbags rose massively by the day. In 1870, however, Louis' business was interrupted by the outbreak of the Franco-Prussian War and the subsequent siege of Paris, which gave way to a bloody civil war that destroyed the French Empire. When the siege finally ended on January 28, 1871, Louis returned to Asnières to find the village in ruins, his staff dispersed, his equipment stolen, and his shop is destroyed. Within the months he had built a new shop at a new address. Along with the new address also came a new focus on luxury. Located in the heart of the new Paris. Within the months of reopening, business was booming again, and orders came in from all over the world. In 1885, Vuitton opened a shop in London, the world's richest city, financial center, and capital of the British Empire, for his products. Thus, Louis' business was now starting to operate on an international level. His clients now included more royals, American millionaires, billionaires, and explorers. But in 1892, at the age of 72, Vuitton passed away, his son Georges took over and immediately got to work. When he attended the World Fair in Chicago, he met John Wanamaker, who established the concept of department stores and price tags. His store Wanamaker started selling bags Vuitton created. In 1896, Georges Vuitton created the LV monogram and floral pattern in memory of his father. Vuitton had created a distribution network all across USA. As the business was soaring, the unfortunate happened, and Georges Vuitton passed away in 1936 at age 79 years. His son Gaston took over the business. World War II had just begun, which caused the third generation Vuitton was close the factories and stores worldwide. After the war ended in 1946, Gaston handed reins to his sons to carry the business. When Gaston passed away in 1970, the business went through a rocky patch. When the brothers had differences, their brother-in-law, Henri Racquemire, took over. As stated by the Times, in 6 years, LV went retail, and the sales increased from $20 million to around $270 million. By 1987, LV had reached $1 billion in sales by opening stores everywhere in the world. Now today over 5,600 stores worldwide. Racquemire merged the company with brands such as Moët Hennessy and created the LVMH brand. They also merged with Givenchy, Berluti, Guerlain. Bernard Arnault was appointed as Racquemire's ally, who is currently the CEO since 1989. Over the years, as sales plummeted, the brand collaborated with biggest artists and famous people. Finally, Louis Vuitton is becoming the leading fashion company globally, with a net worth of $30.4 billion.